Hey everyone, today we're talking about how to get through the urge to binge. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the urge to binge, you are not alone. I've been there and I know how hard it can feel. Today I'm sharing valuable strategies to help you work through those urges both proactively and in the moment. Before we get into the content, please like and subscribe. The past 20-something years of my life have been plagued with urges to binge, so believe me, I know all about this. Guess what? I've turned this shit around, and I'm about to graduate with my PhD in this shit, and I have the pleasure of supporting others in working through their urges to binge as a recovery coach. So I know some stuff. The strategies I will share are backed by research, my own recovery journey, and the work I do with clients. Number one, building awareness. The first step to overcoming binge urges is building awareness. My research has shown that the earlier you catch an urge, the less intense it feels and the less likely it will lead to a binge. Awareness is key. Start by identifying the circumstances or vulnerabilities that lead to your urges. For example, are you tired, stressed, or feeling isolated? Who were the people, places, or circumstances involved? Do you tend to experience urges on a certain day or night of the week? Is it related to work, family, or travel? We also need to build awareness not only about the circumstances, but the interoceptive awareness in our body. What does the urge feel like in my body? Maybe it's a tightness in the chest or a pit in your stomach. Where do you feel it? What are your early warning signs? What does stress feel like in your body? How do you know that you're experiencing an urge to binge? At what point do you notice it? Is it when it's a light whisper of a craving, or is it when all of a sudden you're hit over the head with a massive compulsion? Identifying what an urge to binge feels like in your body is super valuable. Being able to pick up early warning signs is very valuable too, because if you can notice, for example, you start to notice that your mind starts to wander to food, your breath starts to get shallow, you notice a tightness in your chest and your palms might start to get itchy. That's a great start. If you can, try to label the urge with neutral and body-based language, very objective language. Like, don't say, oh, I feel a fucking horrible, overwhelming feeling. Just literally try to label the sensation like tightness in my chest, shallow breathing, itchy palms. My research has shown that the less intense an urge is when we catch it, the less likely a resulting binge is. So really working on your awareness is crucial. Work on developing your awareness of the who, what, when, where, and how of the urge to binge, not only externally, but also internally. What does it feel like in your body? And when you can identify your patterns, both externally and internally, that is when you can be better equipped to respond to your needs with attention and care, support, and resources. Number two, reducing the intensity and the frequency of urges. Next, let's focus on reducing the intensity and frequency of binge urges. So this starts with supporting your overall health and wellness. I'll share with you some proactive strategies. I'm not going to break down all of them at the moment. I have some more videos and ebooks where I do, but in a nutshell, implementing these strategies will change your life. Prioritize sleep, eat enough protein and healthy fats, eliminate ultra-processed foods, and eliminate your personal trigger foods. Manage stress, spend time in nature, provide yourself with proactive sensory input, exercise and move, engage in meaningful activities, connect with warm and safe relationships. These strategies help balance your body and mind and can reduce the intensity and frequency of urges to binge. So we talked about building awareness, which is your prerequisite skill. We talked about reducing the intensity and frequency of urges to binge. A third way to help with dealing with urges to binge is to bolster our resiliency and enhance our tools for coping. So while reducing the intensity and frequency of urges to binge is super helpful, it's also important to work the other side, which is building your toolkit, your resiliency, and enhance your coping tools. Developing safe, supportive relationships, especially with yourself, is critical. This helps create a foundation of trust and safety when those urges hit. Working on grounding techniques ahead of time and in the moment can be helpful as a tool to build resiliency. You can experiment ahead of time with sensory modulating techniques that you can use in the moment of a compulsion. That is actually the focus of my dissertation, and these sensory modulating techniques have demonstrated to be powerful in helping people move through the urge to binge. They have also been instrumental in my own recovery journey. Lastly, in a long-term sense, expanding our window of tolerance, aka improving our distress tolerance, is worthwhile. How is this video resonating with you? If this is helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, please go to my website and sign up for a newsletter where I put all the good shit. Number 4, in the moment of the urge. Now let's talk about what to do in the moment of the urge. Firstly, acknowledge it. Say out loud, I am aware that I am experiencing an urge to binge. Naming it helps reduce its power. Name it to tame it. Next, try grounding techniques like taking deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of your feet on the floor, using sensory modulating techniques like tapping or body shaking. If you can, call someone for support. Rinse and repeat until the urge level decreases and/or you feel you can be with that sensation. Remember, you can be with that urge. It's just a feeling. Do not give in. You rewire your brain by acting in a new way. The urge is just a feeling and it will pass. You might say to yourself, I can be with this sensation. I do not need to act on it. And every time you allow an urge to be without acting on it, you rewire your brain to respond differently in the future. Number 5, patience, compassion, and curiosity. Lastly, allow yourself to approach this process with patience, compassion, and curiosity. The goal is to develop a skilled, supportive response to urges, not to fight them or feel ashamed or critical of yourself. Consider adopting the mindset of a curious and compassionate scientist. What is going on? What can be learned? What might I do differently next time? A scientist doesn't take things personally. They approach an obstacle with curiosity and persistence. It's a very empowering mindset. Way more empowering than the I hate myself mindset, I fucking suck, fuck this, I've blown it, I might as well binge more mindset. Bogged down with cognitive distortions, black and white thinking, and self-criticism that often accompanies a food addiction or an eating disorder. Let's be patient with ourselves and have compassion for ourselves as we sincerely work to change a deeply entrenched pattern of our nervous system. Let's be curious about ways in which our attempts at overcoming urges to binge were not effective, and be curious about how we can set ourselves up better for next time. That is a growth mindset. I hope these strategies give you a sense of hope and a plan for handling binge urges both in the moment and proactively. I shared with you strategies such as enhancing your awareness of the urge to binge that allows you the opportunity to implement a skilled supportive reaction. I also shared with you strategies such as health and wellness strategies that support reducing the intensity and the frequencies of the urge, which can make them feel more manageable instead of super overwhelming. I also offered some strategies for strengthening your ability to move through the moments of the urge without binging. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tools for recovery. I have faith in you, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Till next time.